That went quicker than I anticipated, to be honest with you. Well, there was two
I
in
know.
the chat already.
I wasn't ready for it, Dan.
That's all right. That's all right. Don't worry. That's all right. We can hold the fort.
Notifications when it comes up because I got YouTube things, spooky.
I know. There's loads of them, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, there's 3 in the chat now. If you have 5 in the chat, if you could just say hello in the comment section. Thank you, Sarah. Good evening to you as well, Sarah. I hope you're doing well. I hope you've had a lovely week.
Oh, we got some birthday songs to sing. One of them being Sarah's.
Yes, I hope your birthday went well, Sarah. Hi, Rita. Just been speaking to you, Rita, funnily enough. What a weird world. What world?
Yeah, she's sitting right next to me.
She's right next to you. Perfect. Right. So good evening, everybody, and welcome again to Simply Spooky. And tonight, we normally chat crap or we start on a subject and we go off in variation of different rabbit holes. But tonight we're going to be talking about ghost tech and what people's opinions on it are. Personally, my personal opinions is there's some good stuff out there, but there's an awful lot of toot as well. And I think that you could be in trouble of buying the same thing 10 times if you're not careful. Oh, I'm glad you had a great one, Sarah. Fantastic. Hiya, Robert. Hello, mate. How you doing?
I'm all right, you?
All right.
It's late again as usual.
Well, I'm sorry.
Is it? Right. Good evening, everybody. Again. So Jay's here now. How are you doing, JJ?
Yeah, mate. I'm all right.
You had a good weekend, brother?
Yeah. It was. I had a bit too much to drink Saturday night.
That's all right. You do that. Enjoy yourself.
And I was hanging until about 7 o'clock at night.
Good lad.
I'm fuming about 8 o'clock. So I was
lad. So not all was wasted at the weekend. Then you made haste.
Yeah,
good boy,
it was good.
Boy. So we're talking about ghost tech tonight. Now, obviously, Eric builds his own ghost tech. He's got some bits there I think he's going to show us to talk about tonight, which is good.
I was going to do
what was that, Jay?
No, I was going to be horrible.
No change there then. So ghost tech, what do we think about it? As I say, I'm on the fence with a lot of it.
I've got some pictures which I'm downloading as we talk about them, in case listeners don't know what we're talking about.
Reference pictures. Go on. Sorry, Eric, go on.
No, let me say one thing about tech in general. When you use it, you got to make sure that it's backed up by, confirmation that something's there, just not going off willy-nilly.
Yes, exactly. Which is why you do a lot of ground checks, don't you, on an investigation? So you see where electricity power, if there is electricity in a building, and you work out where you just follow routes for electricity and work out where it is.
So you use obviously your EMF meter for that because that obviously picks up static. So my point.
No, it's not true. That's not true. An EMF
electromagnetic
does not pick up static.
Static's a different one altogether.
And then you have man-made and natural, depending on the meters that you use.
Yeah.
Okay,
static's different. Yeah. Static's an entirely different thing. But you've also got to be careful as well. Even if the building hasn't got electricity in it, are there low-hanging overhead power lines?
Yeah.
So, prime example, lots of people say that they experience lots of activity and have lots of hits on their equipment when they're doing somewhere like when they're doing like the Ancient Ram Inn. But directly above the Ancient Ram Inn, I noticed when I was investigating it once, I looked up and I noticed there's a massive chunk of power, or massive chunks and cables of power lines going overhead.
Yeah, it's on the front, isn't it?
Yeah. So you can say it's going to give you false readings all the time. Not to say it isn't haunted. All I'm saying is you got to be careful that you don't conflate that with a haunting.
Yeah.
You've also got to understand as well that people in the paranormal, they don't even know what an EMF is. So before they even go and investigate, they've bought an EMF meter. They don't know how it works.
Yeah.
They don't know the flaws, and they don't know what an EMF is. Because an EMF meter is going up, they think it's a direct answer to somebody's question. Wrong. Normally, spirit communication cannot be done through having an EMF on the floor, watching all the flashy lighty things going off, because how do you know? I mean, if you've got a phone switched on, even on airplane mode, it will still set off meters.
Well, we did that experiment in the hotel room, wasn't it? We put everything on flight mode and turned it on, and it still lit up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah, but don't forget, if you've got somebody in the room next door, or your house or building is adjoined to somebody else's and they're using their electrics, it's going to affect all the equipment that you've got going in there anyway. So,
well, you see it, don't you, with TVs where people got remote controls, they can turn it over from next door.
yeah.
You see that a lot, and people think they've got a ghost in the house, and it turns out the neighbour's got the same he's got the same control
TV,
set.
yeah, and your TV.
On TV, yeah, exactly. You've got to be careful.
Remote.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, they do.
Dan, what do you think about people that, I mean, like, so the latest piece of a tech comes out on the market.
Yeah.
People rush to buy it because it's the latest thing, all flashy, lighty, lovely, jubbly, whatever. They don't understand. They get this piece of equipment. I mean, I personally, when I get mine, I try and understand the flaws. How can I fake phenomena? And once they fake it, how can I make the machine give me a false reading? So, for example, K2 meters, my favourite. My K2 meter, I know how to fake the flashy lighty things, even to the point when you tip it to the side and leave it resting somewhere, that will give false readings as well. I've had that thing apart so many times. I'm surprised it's not falling apart, but how many people do you know that look for the negatives of a piece of equipment that they've got? And
I'll be honest with you, they don't check it at all. They just buy it and they run out with it and think, oh, it does this. Oh, look, it's flashing. Therefore, it must be a ghost. So they don't learn about you need to learn. See, the thing is, it's not about the amount of equipment you got. It's about the quality. It's about how you use it, about how you need to learn about it. You know, you need to study it and learn about it. You can't just dive straight in there and take a piece of kit out and hope that, you know. I mean, I've seen like, for example, I've seen a professional. I've seen an investigator on TV, quite a well-known investigator now, and I saw him on investigation. I'm not going to mention names, but I was watching him on an investigation. I know the guy, and he was doing it was a Halloween thing on TV, and he walked past a K2 meter, and it went off, and there's ghosts, but he had his radio with him. Two-way radio. It's like, well, it's clearly not a ghost, is it? It's like, that's not a ghost. That's you and your two-way radio setting it off. And that's the thing. They're very 6 one, half dozen the other with those things. I mean, I've had good stuff with them, but it's had to be like clinical almost.
Ask your mum or read the instructions.
Or get some rocks and find a river.
Yeah. So, but Dan, like, it's another thing, right? People forget that EMF meters were designed to trace wires in the wall. It's the electrician's tool.
Yeah.
And a lot of them had the old needle that went like this and maybe made a noise, whatever, depending on how much you wanted to spend. And they forget exactly what that. Because even with the lights switch off, those wires are still containing electricity.
They're still live, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's like, I keep saying it, all sense goes out the window. It really does. I despair sometimes.
I think the only thing I like to use, and I have got one, but I mean, it was so long, and I prefer it over K2s and stuff, is a tri-field meter. Yeah. Because with the tri-field meter, you can gauge what's going on with it to a degree, and it monitors so many different factors. And
it monitors the natural field of EMF.
Yeah, it does.
As well as the man-made.
It does.
And
you can calibrate it.
Yeah, that's the thing as well.
Yeah, how many watts the kettle goes on every time.
Yeah, exactly. It's silly little things, though, isn't it? It's silly little things.
But I think that's what's needed, though, Dan, isn't it? Like, people to understand a bit more. I mean, they need to do their own research. If you're just doing it for a hobby, then I suppose there's no point. You know, you're going to do what you're going to do, and that's it. But I think, I don't know, when it comes to the more serious side of things, Dan, I mean, like you mentioned to me the other month, data loggers.
They were great. How many times have we sat down, Viv, and said, why did we stop using that? Why did people go off of them? And another thing that you and I, we bitch to each other over, why do people not baseline check anymore?
Yeah.
So the baseline check is your ground. That's your grounding. That's what you work all of your findings off of.
Yeah.
And if you haven't done that, if you haven't put the effort into do a baseline, then all your effort, and that's for nothing really, because it could be anything.
Well, that's why what Viv said about, checking, especially the K2 meters. You make sure that there's no, let's just be, you can't turn it on, by just moving it around or whatever. You got to do that base check first on everything.
Exactly. And people, I mean, I don't know what it's like in the States, to be honest with you, Eric, but over here, they used to do it, and then it went out there. I think it was kind of people, which actually goes to prove a point, doesn't it? It goes to prove that most 99.9% of people out there that go out ghost hunting are actually thrill seekers. Yeah. Because they're not putting in the effort to actually research and do the groundwork properly. They just want to go out there and see an apparition or scare themselves, or even convince themselves they've seen an apparition.
Yeah.
That's enough for them. But that's not enough, is it? Because we want to find some sort of proof.
REM pods. I'm going to talk about REM pods, right? So REM pods, are they worth it? Now, you come in my house. It's clean. It's not disgusting. It's not filthy. Daniel and
no,
Jay, don't ask Jay. Just ask Dan. Jay will tell you the opposite. But
no,
I've got cats, right? So bearing in mind, there'll be fur, dust, whatever flying out all over the place. So a REM pod will be put down, let's say, on my stairs, and the REM pod will go off at some point. Not because of a cat or anything walking past that, but because of hairs, dust and particles. Yes. And they all swear blind, oh, yeah, this place is haunted because my REM pod told me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Your REM pod with an aerial is going to pick up all sorts of things in the ether. I'm not even going to talk about orbs because that's not equipment, right? But something like that will set off a REM pod. It will send off anything with a sensor, REM pod, even these voice boxes, not voice boxes, what do you call them?
Ghost
boxes.
Oh,
music
they're all
box.
the same because they work on they work on PIR sensors.
Yeah. And I'm sorry.
I was talking the other day, and I've said it. I'll say it again. I'm more than happy now to go out on an investigation with a camera and voice recorders, because I think that I know that's
and your bells, and your bells,
and your bells, and your bells, and your bells, and maybe talcum powder and a bit of paper. But apart from that,
I don't know what you're doing.
But apart from that, I mean, all this equipment as well. You see it. They reconstitute it. So 1 week it's a REM pod. Next week it's a REM teddy bear. Then it's a REM here. It's a REM comb. Do you know what I mean? For ghosts to brush their hair, and it's all the same thing. And what they're doing is they're reconstituting the same old crap, and yet they're still charging a fortune for it. You think, no, we're not moving forward here, are we? We're going over the same old ground again, and we're not getting any. We're getting hits. But I don't think that 99% of those hits are paranormal from that equipment. I really don't.
What? Eric, I've got it. This is what I did. Like I'm not going to mention the name of it because I think it's only purely for this particular company and they might decide to sue me. But over in America, I bought a piece of equipment and I will describe it to you. It was a base that had tubes coming off of it. Lots of different colours, all spectrums that would light up and detect when something or the static or the atmosphere had changed. Okay, so it wasn't a REM pod. And I got fed up with it. I thought it was an ugly monstrosity looking thing. And I thought, right, I'm going to take this thing apart. I can afford to lose the money. If it goes wrong, I can afford to lose the money. And when I took this thing apart, I was disgusted to see what the actual gubbins of it was. I was expecting some kind of electronic board in there, something really fabulous and wonderful that would indicate that, no. It was just a battery pack, wires, these pretty lights, 2 wires that acted as a sensor, and then these pretty lights. So I got really annoyed with it. I smashed the thing to pieces and reassembled it in a jacket.
Well,
So I have
now.
this thing, yeah. But the thing is, though, it's picking up static. So every time my jacket moves or I move, I have to sit very still. Every time I move, the lights will go off. But it really sort of disappointed me, the fact that these are retailed at quite a lot of money. Yeah. And then you have shipping.
A lot of money.
And I mean a lot of money.
And then you have yeah.
And then you have shipping fees on top of that. How can people justify? I think this is a case of greed. You're making things so cheaply. You're claiming that it can do this, that, and the other, and then you're charging people the earth, and you're targeting the ghost hunting community to buy this.
Yep, absolutely.
So I mean, if people come to me and say, "Oh, what do you think of this piece of equipment?" I'll be telling them straight away, "Don't buy it. It's not worth the money." But I had to go through that myself and took it apart and saw what the inside was, because it's all sealed very nicely, so you can't see what's in it. Mm. Very cleverly done. But yeah, when I said to Dan about it, he went, "You're joking." I mean,
yeah. There are so much crap out there, isn't there? There's like just rubbish. It's just like
that's why.
And of course,
that's why everything I get, I pull apart and see how it's made, how it works. You know, that's my problem. But
no,
I like what you've done though with your. Are you going to show people what
you want me to show it?
Yes, please.
My cat ball. I added a battery pack to a cat ball because when the batteries, the little ones, get wore out, it goes off randomly.
Do you know what I like about that? For me personally, is the fact that it's attached to a battery pack, so it's weighted it down. Yep. In fact, that would be good in something that you could sit it in.
Yeah, that's right.
Because these cat balls, right? They've really pissed me off that people put them there willy-nilly. They don't check for vibration. They don't check who can come close by to it and cause a vibration. Because some of them are so sensitive that even the tiniest little thing, you wouldn't think that you're making a vibration. Somebody walks into a room, cat ball goes off. There's a spirit in here. No, it's not. You've just walked in a room where the cat ball is.
We have all wood floors. So when I set the actual cat ball down for the cats to play with, you walk by it, it goes off.
Yeah. And this is what a lot of people are not seeing. I mean, I've seen so many videos out there on YouTube, on TikTok, on whatever, and the cat ball goes off, and it's like, oh wow, there's a spirit close. I feel like, and then I switch it off because I thought, really.
Viv, anybody with a 3D printer now is knocking kit out. Now you tell people, because I've seen it. You tell people what you saw on YouTube. Not YouTube, sorry, eBay.
Which one?
The 3D thing for cat balls.
Oh, yes.
And what they were charging.
Oh, yes. Does
that mean we need to get a 3D printer then, Dan?
I'll tell you what, I'll be knocking gear out left, right, and centre.
Do you know what?
Oh, that piss on it, stop it catching fire. It was using so much.
So the latest thing for your cat balls, those of you out there that like a cat ball, there is a holder for a cat ball. So you pop your cat ball in and you put that out on.
Like a big golf tee for it, isn't it?
It's ridiculous. And the amount of money that they're charging for it. And
20 quid each, aren't they? Somebody just knocked it up out of a bit of spare plastic they've got in their printer.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Wow.
Oh, well, do you know what? I just think, you know what? Leave the cat balls to the cats or come and see Eric to knock you up something a little bit special.
Yeah.
What Eric's done there, I think, is quite special.
Yeah. As like Eric was saying, those Boo Buddies, Viv, what are they now? They're about 300 quid, and they got them for a big one. I think I paid 150 for a small one. To be honest with you, I think I got ripped up. Well, I did. But people are knocking them out now, aren't they? Like Eric, he's got the gubbins of one there. He's got the lamb, and he's like he said, you go to Build-A-Bear. What are they like? $15? Did you say? $13.
What's that in English? That's probably about what, 15.5 quid? It's probably about 15.5 quid.
Is it? Is that what it is? Is it?
I think so.
Which is good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not too bad.
It's cheaper than go and spend 250 quid on something, and you can build it the way you want it. That's the thing what Eric's doing. You can build it how you want it, Eric, can't you? And you can put in it what you want.
I can put four of these whole things inside the whole bear, and one in each arm, legs, head.
Yeah. Makes sense, doesn't it? It makes sense.
Yeah.
But there's too much money's been made out there, I think, isn't there, really?
Well, Eric's going to sell that as for $80. That's going to
go. No, 380 to you, Parker.
Go something shop, he'll have, will you?
Yeah.
Do you know what he'll do? He'll go into one of these dodgy shops and get something that's penis-shaped, plush, like a plushie, and put one in there, like one in each sack, and then send it to you and say, Jamie, this is what you ordered. You're not getting a refund.
What would happen if you put one in a sex doll?
And actually so
Well, his nose light. As soon as you jumped on it, his nose would light up.
I was going to say something, but I'm not. I'll tell you what.
Eric, don't do that.
No.
If they ask you to do one, that's $1,000 right there. That's before shipping.
As soon as you get near it, get your trousers.
Tan. He's terrible. We've just hit the button.
It's okay, Dad.
Sorry. And this is why I need to see a psychiatrist every fortnight.
Don't encourage him. Lauren, don't encourage him. They're terrible. Honestly, Wild Bill, don't.
Flash dog balls are better.
Don't encourage him, honestly.
Oh, dear.
Dan, you're terrible.
Rudolph all over again, isn't it?
I'm going to turn up with a sex doll investigation.
You ain't got to be
here. Oh, give me an hour.
You pay me? You wouldn't even pay me. Jay blowed it up.
Oh, look at that cutie.
All of a sudden, you got this.
We're going to make sure she's got ready and call her Lois.
I wouldn't do it with Lois. If you had one like Lois, you'd blow it up and it'd mug you. Or stick a glass in your face.
She's not here to defend herself, bless her.
Trigger, I can put little flashing balls.
Flashing balls. You get your flashing balls on the sex doll.
Yeah, the sex doll.
Oh,
do you know what? Lois, I'm going to make an announcement for Lois. She's not here tonight to defend herself because she's busy working. So,
go away.
Uh-oh.
She's at Ginger's Anonymous tonight.
Ginger Ninja at work.
They'll sit round and moan.
She's a ginger ninja. Bloody hell, that girl does so much and she works so
hard.
She does
graft. That girl does graft.
So all kudos to Lois. Now, look, before we go any further with this ghost tech discussion,
already.
I'm just going to bring it back out of the gutter. Can we sing happy birthday? Can we sing happy birthday to Sarah, to Chantel, and to our own Ian Barrow, Simply Spooky on the Frighteners team, part of Lois's team. So and to anybody else out there having a birthday, this is for you guys. Okay. Are you ready? After 3. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to the Special Needs Group.
Happy birthday
to you. And many more.
God's sake.
My cat ran away.
You know
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, Daisy did as well.
Eric's rethinking his life choices.
Sex dolls and out of tune happy birthdays. We're a bad influence on you, Eric.
Oh, Annette wants Annette says hers isn't until November, but can I get a verse?
No.
Hey, you're welcome, Sarah. Happy birthday, Annette. Happy birthday, Annette. I'll take you to the fair. Is your nose nice and wet?
Oh, Annette.
Number 2.
Annette, you can kill him later.
Love you, really, Annette. I'll see a record deal in the future. Yeah, prison record.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Hi, Jacqueline.
Jacqueline.
Hi, Jacqueline.
Oh God, dear.
Exactly.
Chantel.
She's missed it. We just sang happy birthday to you, Chantel.
Happy birthday, you Chantel.
But do your Chantel in the house. Go on.
Happy birthday, Chantel. Happy birthday, Chantel. Was it true that you smell? Happy birthday, Chantel.
I'm not laughing, I promise.
It's such a treat. I've heard your breath smells like feet. La 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 la.
Hi, Cliff.
Are you, Cliff? Oh, you know, happy birthday, Chantel.
Happy birthday, Chantel. Anybody else got any birthdays while we're in the birthday mode?
No.
My birthday is in June. Oh,
Lauren wants one.
Lauren.
Go on, Lauren. Do one for Lauren.
Not birthday yet, is it really?
No, that's true. Happy birthday, Lauren. Happy birthday, Lauren. If you were Scottish, you'd wear a sporran. I feel like unicorn farts, lingering sadness.
Oh.
I smell like piss and sweat.
That's called old people, Dan.
Fish and biscuits.
And you're not ginger.
There you go. Lauren's 15%. I told you. 50. I knew it was 15% Scottish. Right. Chantel bite. Oh dear.
Shay's lost it. Look at him. Right, so let's get back to ghost tech, ghost cat balls, and sex dolls.
Cat balls. Only if you ask nice. Right, cat balls. Go on, yeah, cat balls.
They just lost it. Parker's on the floor.
For a long time.
If I like it. Oh, John.
He just headbutted me.
Oh,
Good.
You mean good?
Okay, greet ya.
Oh, wow.
Cat balls.
Right, so ghost tech. Now, I've got a question to ask.
Sorry. Say blink twice if need help.
Jay started it.
Daniel.
Between you and Daniel, you two, it's terrible. It's only me and Erica, the
We
normal
do
ones
get
here.
giggles. We get start taking the piss and get the giggles.
So, right, the ghost arc. Let's bring that up. Where
The
a gentleman,
ghost arc.
he tried to build something that had everything in one.
As the Italian gentleman, I can't remember his name.
Didn't he have a heart attack or something?
Yeah, he wasn't very well, bless him, was he? He got quite ill, I think. I think a lot of it was the stress of trying to get it all out there. Great idea. Great piece of kit.
I've got to turn this heater off. I'm getting a bit sweaty Betty in here. Hang on.
Same like Dan.
No,
You carry on.
Piss and sweat.
I'd like to reinvent the Frank's box. That would be a good thing to reinvent.
So what was that
Frank.
device then, Dan? Was it was that not the pyramid? Was it like a box then? Was it? Like, I didn't really see that. I don't think.
What one's that? What one?
The one that the Italian fella made.
No, Viv's got one. It's a ghost arc. It's a totally. It was a new idea out a few years ago now, Viv, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it got it. It was an old. It was like, if you go ghost hunting, this is all you're going to need, and it would have been if it had got it. And I do believe that the man had full convictions of getting it up and running. But I think that first of all, it started getting behind. Then he was getting the parts from China or somewhere.
Yeah, that's probably
They
why.
weren't coming, they weren't coming through. Then the guy got really ill, and then he had a heart attack and a stroke, and he got ill, and he had to, and he just got removed from the situation.
Some worked. I think the first batch he sent out worked.
Yeah.
Not very. Ariel was a bit blur, but some worked and then some didn't. The majority of them that went out didn't. I'm lucky to have one that works.
Yes. Yeah. I think, bless him, because when people had the initial one that didn't work, or one of them that didn't work, he did send out secondary ones to them.
Yeah.
But then it was getting the software and stuff, I think, was hard to get hold of. Oh, we know, Chantel. Yeah. We know. That's why we got him on here. Yes, but it was a lovely piece of kit, Liv, wasn't it?
Mm.
It was a lovely piece of kit, and I do believe if he'd have got it all, if he'd have sat down and got it.
Eric's got his pussy. He's got his pussy out.
If he'd have cat balls, if he'd have got one set up as a prototype, and then got that all singing and all dancing, and then gone
all right.
He did initially, but if he'd got a couple of them off, he'd have been all right. But I don't know.
I've just shoved John in the window. There he is. Look.
Oh, look at him! Bless him.
What bless him? Nothing. He's staring the birds out in the garden.
It's not like he can't go out. Poor bastards.
I've got pictures of what he used to do to the birds. Not very good.
No, it's like Reservoir Dogs. Reservoir Cats, really.
It was carnage on a cream carpet.
Nice.
No, it weren't good.
What are you doing?
That's a good point. Good point.
Well, some cat balls now come with a holder that you can buy online for about 20 quid.
Yeah, well worth the money. Bit of plastic like that.
Yes, Eric, put it away. Don't get it out.
Eric, put it Eric, she says.
Put it away.
So, what else do you want to talk about equipment? Or are we done here? Can we go?
Oh, what was pretty cool, though, was somebody using a fog machine.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know. Yes, I think I might know what you're on about. Yeah, go on.
That's all I have to say.
I saw they do a thing called, which is, to be honest with you, it's a bit of a...
It's with the laser grid, though, isn't it? It's sort of used...
Yeah, they do another one now. We call it the spinning...
Vortex or something.
Spirit vortex thing.
Oh, yeah.
What a load of nonsense that is! Yeah. It spins around. What it does is you put the dry ice in, so you get the fog in, and then you put this vortex and it spins around. It's a disc, and it's convex. And what it does is it catches and it swirls the air around, and then you take photos. And it said like you get shapes. Well, that's like pareidolia.
Jacqueline's hit the nail on the head. Thank you, Jacqueline. Pareidolia, yes.
Exactly. It's pareidolia, and that's what it is. It's pareidolia, and it's nonsense. Absolute rubbish.
She's still on balls.
Every time it's happened to me, that's what's happened, yeah.
I wonder what would happen if you throw a ball into a vortex. Would it disappear? Would it get sucked into the ether? Oh, gone.
I don't know if I believe in vortexes.
They don't exist.
To be honest, I think it's a load of old phooey. But
technically, a black hole is a vortex. But
yeah, no, that's different though, isn't it? That's a proper scientific, yeah. But like the vortexes, like spirit vortexes, I don't think I'll give much credit to them. I mean, personally, everybody's got their own opinion of it, but personally, I think it's like nonsense.
Yeah, but there's been no scientific research or proper investigation by people that really want to investigate their equipment properly to quantify it.
No,
it's all these. Let's go on TikTok, TikTok, whatever it's called.
We're old.
TikTok.
TikTok.
Yeah, let's do a live. Let's bring this out. Let's bring that out. It's all about the lives. I'm sorry, but like, where's your investigation techniques gone?
There is it's scared. They want to frighten themselves. They want to trick themselves into thinking they've seen something. You know, I mean, I'm not being funny, right? I go on a ghost investigation. I'm going to be honest now, and it's probably going to pee a lot of people off. But I'm going to be honest about this.
I was going to.
I got a ghost investigation, and people turn around and go, "Did you get anything?" Oh, I got loads of stuff. No, you fucking didn't. What you think you got, you didn't fucking get. Sorry, what you think you got, you didn't get. Stop talking bollocks unless it comes out and says, "All right, I'm Dave. I've been dead for years." Taps you on the head. Do you know what I mean? Sticks his fingers up to you or farts in your general direction while running away. I don't think it's like, no, it isn't. Stop telling me you've seen loads of stuff and I saw this, I saw that. Yeah, that'll be fucking street light. Oh, no, it's not. Yeah, no, I saw this. Yeah, that'll be like ducks walking across the road, what you've just seen. 6 ducks. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it just drives me mad. Everything. Well, if you had so much, do you know what? If they have so much activity, why do they bother going out? Because they clearly know that it's there.
Right, Jacqueline's pulled up something that's quite good. She's talking about so many are using the app Ghostbox, SLS, and using it as evidence on YouTube, for fuck's sake. So, what we got to remember, the SLS camera, it's built on Kinect. Kinect is a Xbox game.
Yes, game. Motion. It works on motion.
Yeah, it's a game built by Xbox. It cannot detect spirit. So people that are saying that it does, I mean, it's right. It's handy. It's good for a laugh when you're out on investigations. Me and Dan play with one. You know, it's good for a laugh because we're bored. Bored. But if we were doing a serious investigation, why are people bringing out these things when they're clearly been proven that they are not scientific?
No, it drives me mad. It's like it's the trouble with it.
Have a run, Dan. Go on.
I'm going in one now. I'm going one now. No, I was just going to say, I remember a few years ago when they first came out. Everybody, this is great. I remember seeing one at one of the shows. This is brilliant. And even I bought into it, right? And then I remember watching the program, and a guy turned around and said, "What you're getting is you think that you're getting an image of or you think you're getting the outline of a spirit. You're not. What it's doing is sometimes it conflates you with the same image. So you're getting a second image of you, but distorted as you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then after that, I heard no more. People said no more about it. They glossed over it and carried on using it. It's like, well, hang on, the guy just explained to you why they don't work. And even if somebody comes out with an idea and there's a remote chance that he's right, you can't use that equipment.
Yeah.
Well, you can use it, but you can't use it in a proper ghost hunt, and you can't submit it as evidence.
Right. Chantel says, pondering what would happen in a vortex had to send me down the never-ending rabbit hole of quantum tunneling and quantum entanglement. If we had the answer, CERN would be redundant. There you go. So that answers your question on vortexes.
I think CERN's going to cause us problems, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Joe Diamond says, I had a team do that the last time I joined them for an investigation. Do you know what, Joe? Leave the team.
Yeah, don't bother with them, Joe.
Depends what you want the team there for. Jacqueline says Ghost Tube. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Let's not even go there with that one.
Yeah.
Bryce says it's all bollocks.
Yeah, a lot of it is. Yeah, a lot of it is.
Oh, I missed this one. Hang on. I think the only way and SLS have validity is if it's a static cam in an empty room and the figures move around, not just mapping.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Yeah,
that's fair enough.
There actually is a LiDAR mapping thing, but it costs like $3,000 that you can get, and you can put it in the room. It will map out every single thing in your room as a picture. It's like a 3D picture.
Yeah, we've seen LiDAR, yeah.
Yeah.
But even LiDAR can also be, analysed incorrectly.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know what you're looking at and viewing, even you could see something on LiDAR and think, oh, yeah, that's a ghost, that's this. And when actually it isn't. You have to know what it is you're actually using.
Yeah. You need to know what you're looking for first. Have some idea of the factors that you're looking for. See if anything. See what cross references each other, and then get the equipment. Design the equipment to enable that. rather than the other way around. A lot of the equipment we're using is stuff that's been used before for like electrical work or plumbing work or all sorts of stuff.
Well, this man here, Dan,
hey!
Ross Allison, he has blown the paranormal community and taken it and shaken it and turned it upside down on its head. And I'm quite excited to see what this man does next.
Yes, we've all told he's our mate, isn't he?
Yeah,
we've told you about Ross.
Ross, we need to get you on a show and we need to have a rant together.
Friends. Dead people friends.
So you only got one friend, it's called Ross. Ian says, why would a spirit person properly from the Victorians know a bloody cat ball as people ask them to touch it? Bet the spirits are wondering what's a bloody cat ball. That is the point there, because people they're not interested in the building. They don't want to know about the haunting itself. They don't want to know what is said to haunt and where. They concentrate on these bloody cat balls and they miss what's actually supposed to be going on under their nose because they're not looking for it. So, yes, Ian,
true.
I agree.
You know what? Another example as well, I did an investigation once. This is what annoys me with people as well. Really pisses me off. Face value. These ghost hunters, so-called ghost hunters, take things on. Love you too, brother. Face value, these ghost hunters take things on. They go into an investigation. So, for example, I did one called the Ragged School, right? Which is an old Victorian workhouse come school for poor children during the sort of 19th century. And we went in there, we were doing an investigation. It was amazing the amount of investigators that came forward with either schoolmasters, school teachers, or children that died in there. But, as I pointed out, hiya, Kelly, as I pointed out to them, that school has been around for a lot longer, like after the event. So that school got bombed during the Second World War. There was people killed in it. It was used as partly as a munitions factory. There was other stuff done in there. What about all those people? Why are you only picking up on Victorian children? Because it's a Victorian school and they've got it in their head. So psychosomatically, what they're doing is they're convincing themselves that all them ghosts are Victorian.
Yeah. So Rob, or Rab, as I call him, why have these people with drones not picked up strange things? Because, I mean, these people with drones are out there during the day.
All the time.
Out in the fields all the time. And hauntings don't just happen at night. So why aren't they picking them up during the day? Good question there, Rab.
But apparently somebody picked up a Bigfoot that way.
Yes.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Didn't they get a murder, the car, in a pond somewhere in the States?
Yeah, I think
they
so.
Found
That's right,
the car, and
good luck on that one.
Drones have picked up buried planes in swamps and all sorts of things.
There was recently a young girl who went missing in the States a little while, a few years ago, 20 years ago, found her the other week, didn't they, with a drone in the water? Hadn't she gone off of she'd gone off the road or something into some lake or something? Couldn't find her.
Yeah, she was at the bottom of the lake.
Drone,
Yeah, so there's all sorts of things that they can use other than ghost hunting. But yeah, there's a good point though. If you've got drones and I think they use them for shots, outside shots and things like that. But
they're not. Many ghost teams don't really use them anymore, do they? Drones, they used to, didn't they? But they don't really.
Well, I've seen them being used just to do like opening shots, opening sequences, and that sort of thing, and they use that as part of their YouTube, or they don't actually use it as part of the ghost hunt itself.
No.
You know what I'd like to do is put a camera, infrared camera or something on the drone and fly it through the bloody building, inside the building.
People used to use like remote control cars and stuff. Cameras on it to drive around.
That follow you around. They could follow your pet around. They could follow you around. They have that mapping that shows what's human and what's animal. And they follow close to you in all different directions, and you can go inside a building and walk with them, flying right around you, filming everything around you.
Yeah,
Ross, if you're listening, Ross, take notes.
Yeah, we need a drone. But yeah, people used to use remote control cars, didn't they? And they'd send them off in these big buildings on their own and that. But they don't do that anymore, do they?
Something with a drone, Ross. Get your engineer on it.
What we need, actually, is a drone with an SLS camera attached to it.
Yeah.
There you go, Ross. There's a conundrum for you.
Yeah, they are good for getting into places you can't reach. Oh, sorry, Viv. Did I just...
Boss isn't on.
Hi, Jeremy.
Hi, Joel.
How are you doing?
Hi, Jeremy.
Doing well.
Dan's having a rant. It's all his fault, not ours.
I'm having a rant, Jeremy. I'm having a rant. If there's complaints, send them care of me.
Oh, dear. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm going to be back on a minute. Work are ringing me.
Okay,
Right.
go and answer.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, dear. My boyfriend's got a drone, Dan.
Yeah, I had one years ago, but I couldn't get on with it.
Sure, blame me. I can take it. Love. Yeah, it's all Jeremy's fault.
You're broad
We're
shoulders,
having a
Jeremy.
rant. We love
Broad
Jeremy.
shoulders.
Well, what I like about these new drones is they have bumpers on them, so you can't smash them up the first time you fly them. So.
I know me. I'll call you in a bit.
Yes. I know me.
Right, Dan. Without bringing up the sex doll with cat bowls flashing.
I'll try and refrain. What's your favourite tool? Voice recorder, I think. To be honest with you, is mine.
Do you know what?
Obviously, people go, "Well, you're yourself," which is great, but you know,
Dan,
can't produce
you know
everything from your own.
that voice recorder that Ross has got, that all singing, all dancing one.
He's got, he's got like a 360 one, and he like all fantastic one. Yeah,
that would be good.
That would be good.
The one that I want's like $400, but it picks up everything.
Does it? What make is it? Do you know what make it is, Eric?
Oh, shoot. I looked it up it's on Amazon. You can look them up. Forget the company's name, but it's a really nice company, and they make really, really good recorders. Like really highly sensitive.
Oh, we'll have to look into that. Yeah, there's some great. I love a good voice recorder.
Getting all for singing, all dancing ones because you wouldn't know how to use it.
That's why you get somebody who can. I'm a big believer in if you can't use it, get some bugger that can.
Is it Zoom?
That's right.
Zoom. Is it Zoom? Is it, Eric?
Zoom.
Yeah, we've got the Tascam recorders.
Okay.
So we use the Tascam, but ask us how to work the bloody thing. We couldn't tell you.
That's why we very much occasion we know a man that can.
Well, we have to go and see Andy and say, Andy, can you teach us?
You know what happens? When I buy something, I throw it away instructions and I have to figure out how it works myself. I mean, I can within like a couple of minutes usually figure out how everything works. So.
That's very much man word, isn't it?
Somebody missed Parker. No, he was just skiving off, Lauren. Don't.
He was, Lauren.
You know, don't give him any. You know.
Oh, sick note over there. You all right? Wind your neck in, love.
Who are you calling sick note?
Daniel.
Of Daniel.
Yeah, I know. You can't produce anything with it, Ian. That's the thing, isn't it? You can't.
Stuff,
you can't go. Oh well, I've seen this ghost. Have you? Yeah, well, show me evidence. Well, I saw it.
Yeah, I know. That's
you know.
You want evidence that you saw.
I agree, Ian. They do want evidence.
Ross,
sorry.
Ross, I've taken the time off work. It's all booked. It's all sorted.
Yeah, I'm sorted. We're going.
So you're here.
Stuff out.
And we'll sort. We'll have to have a chat.
Good man, Ross. Good man.
So
looking forward to seeing you.
Yes.
I'll book some time off in June in as well.
Yeah, take some time off in June and
get some dates. Let me know the dates and I can book it off work. All right.
Do you want naked ghost hunting? Naked ghost hunting?
Yeah, we'll get Jamie stripped down. And then leave him and phone the police. There's a bloke naked next to a girls' school. I don't know what he's doing, but he looks dodgy. He's got some blow-up doll with him that lights up.
Don't start me off. My stomach's hurting. Oh, God.
Please come out.
Right. Showman.
Oh, it is Ross.
Is that the guy that
Sorry, Eric, go on.
Sorry, Eric.
Is that the guy that did Parasense?
That's the man.
Is.
That's the man.
I'm going to talk to him about equipment.
There you go.
Ross, can you come on? Have you got 10 minutes to come on? Let us know in the chat. I'm going to
say tours at Rendlesham. You must just go there yourself, Bri.
Hang on. Let me get Ross.
Yeah,
Let me get
on. Good.
Hang on. Now, this is the guy you want to talk to about paranormal equipment.
5 minutes, perfect.
As he says, as we say, he knows his shit, this man.
He knows his stuff.
He is the bomb. Yeah, go and put some clothes on and come on the show. I'm saying that because I'll catch him when he's coming out the shower. Ooh.
We're all sitting here patiently waiting for him.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Were you a policeman, Joe? Were you an officer?
I know a song about police. Do you want to hear it, Dan?
He's coming on the net. The naked one's coming on. He's not naked when he comes on, but sorry, Viv, go on. What you saying?
Do you want to hear my song about the police?
Yeah, go on.
Whoop, whoop. It's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. That's it. That's all I'm singing.
Oh, you know what they call him in Liverpool?
Aye, you are the Babylon. Aye, you is the Babylon.
What, the police is a Babylon?
You is the Babylon. More the Babylon.
My God.
See, I went to school with a load of Jamaican kids.
Yeah.
He's not naked.
I'll take my shirt and pants off if you want. And
No.
Get yourself a bucket, though.
Some deodorant.
Air freshener.
Air freshener. There's not enough in the world. Can hide the stench of my Harris. There's Ross.
Are you ready for this, Ross?
Yeah, I'm go now, boy.
I don't know what I'm walking into here.
Hi, Ross.
Hello, mate. How you doing?
Sheer carnage, Ross. Sheer carnage, Ross.
It was all right until we got Eric and Jamie on.
We've got a request. Annette wants to know, can you take your clothes off, Ross?
That's in the next season.
It's family friendly. I'm on it. It's not that family friendly.
So Annette, if you want to see Ross naked, you're going to have to buy the DVD when it comes out. The Naked Experiments.
Well, I just found out that it's on Amazon UK.
Yes, it is.
It is.
I was excited about that. I was like, oh my God, you guys can see it now. That's awesome.
Indeed, it's on. It's on.
We're going to have to get some signed copies. We're going to have to get a load of copies and get them signed while you're here and sell them off and all that sort of thing.
Oh, you bet. Definitely.
Definitely do that. So, how have you been, brother?
What's that?
How have you been?
I've been good. I just got back the other day from Ireland, so that was a pretty awesome trip.
Can you do an Irish accent? Can you do an Irish accent now?
Oh, God, don't get me started on that. I am so bad because I will pick up the accents while I'm there. I even do that while I'm in the UK, you guys. And
so
sometimes people think that I'm making fun of you, and I'm like,
no, some people do.
Pick it up. I don't know.
When you see June, you got to say to her, June, my love, what's the crack?
What's the crack?
So, how am I the sacrificial lamb now?
Well, Eric's got questions for you about parasites.
Up for tech wise.
Awesome. Okay.
Fire away, Eric. What do you want to know from the good man?
Well, I just wanted to know what's coming up new. I mean, are you guys getting any closer to making it more public, for tech wise, or?
Well, the thing is yes, our goal is to get some of our technology that we have been using and developed for Parasense out to the public, because one of the things is we really do need more access to the data, and we can't do it alone. Because as we all have learned in the paranormal field, it's all about being in the right place at the right time. If we can get more usable data, it's going to help move us faster in helping us realize what's going on out there. So the data is very important. The problem is the equipment that we have developed, it is very complicated and very sophisticated. So, what Chad, the scientist that I work with, has put together is not just a system of you just plug it in and push a few buttons. Yeah. He's got it set up so that he can actually, has to do a little bit of programming, and, plugging in certain things. So it's not user friendly at this point. Yeah, we do want to get it to be user friendly because, like I said, getting you guys out there using this equipment to get us that information is going to be so much more useful for us. So we're not there yet.
I got a question.
Yes.
Parasense, when are you going to do an episode filmed here in the UK using UK people, i.e. Dan naked or James?
You wouldn't want me naked. You wouldn't want me naked.
Yeah, but we need one big guy and a skinny guy together. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, yeah.
That's the wrong show.
Yeah. I feel a joke there, but I
No, but on a serious level, you should come and do it over here.
Well, maybe while I'm there, we could do a couple experiments. I'm totally open to it. Like I said, it's all about being in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
And so if we have opportunities to collect that data, I'll definitely take advantage of it.
That would be a great show,
That would be good. That would be something to look forward to, definitely. Wouldn't it?
Phil, an episode in Scotland, go back to Ireland and one over here in the UK.
No, definitely. I would love to take advantage of any opportunity. It's one of those things that, like I said, I'm surprised to find that we're the first to be doing this.
Oh, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
And it's one of those things, too, that we're still dealing with the confrontation of some folks not liking the idea of nudity. Any bad reviews we've gotten is all just because, they just don't like the idea of people getting naked. And I'm just like, naked research, science has used nudity to try to identify and how the human body works.
I agree. I think sorry, go on, buddy.
Oh, I was just going to say, it's, one of the things that I've realized, just, through Europe, you guys don't have issues with nudity.
No.
It's like, you see naked people on the beach. It's like no big deal, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I think if you're hung up on nudity when you're watching a ghost program or a documentary, I think the problem is that you're clearly not in it for ghost hunting because you know that the boundaries need to be pushed in all different directions.
Yeah.
As you know, you can't do that type of thing with clothes on because clothes give false readings on
exactly.
people.
Exactly. And that's what we have to explain to people all the time. Every time we do a show, we're always trying to remind people, nudity just makes sense if you're trying to validate touch.
Exactly.
You don't want to have contaminated evidence.
Can I just say for Linda Morrison, she wants to know what tech are we talking about? Well, Ross and his partner, which is a scientist called Chad, can now prove spirit touch. And they made a documentary called Parasense, The Naked Experiments, that shows you and explains it. If you haven't seen it, get over to Amazon or go on to a.g.o.
You totally screwed that one up.
Yeah, I'll let you say it, Chad, Ross.
Yeah, definitely. It is now available on Amazon UK, so that's pretty awesome. And you can also, I believe you can still buy the DVD through that as well. But if you want to learn more about Parasense, you can also visit our website at touchedbyaghost.com.
That's it.
So you can definitely find out. What you were trying to is my organization, aghost.org, is the group that I run.
Yeah.
So, yes.
So, and it's very, very interesting and worth watching.
Oh, it's amazing. It's pushed the boundaries forward so much. I think we weren't in danger. I think we have become staid. I think we got to a point where the ideas weren't coming forward. There was nothing moving. We were going over the same old ground. And then Ross comes forward with this groundbreaking piece of kit that he put together in those ideas and what have you, and it's phenomenal.
Well, that's one of the biggest problems we have in this field is most people that are interested in the paranormal are dependent on the television shows and the YouTube channels. And you find that when you have the wrong people representing the field, and I'm not naming names, but there are those who are not really educated. All they're doing is it becomes monkey see, monkey do. So they just all imitate each other. And that's where the problem lies, is because most people get their education from watching these shows. And they think now, because so-and-so is using this device, this must be the golden ticket to proving the paranormal. And unfortunately, a lot of the devices that most groups are dependent on are very suggestive, and they don't really prove anything.
No.
And it's the biggest problem we have is that's what they're dependent on to prove the paranormal. And they use these devices now to go into people's homes and try to tell them and convince the clients, well, this is what's happening in your home because, I hate to say it, the ghost box told me. You know
what? I agree. And I think also what happens is a lot of people you go into their homes and you try to help them, they kind of get discouraged if you don't pull that kit out, because that's obviously what they've seen on TV.
Exactly.
They think that you're not credible because you don't use it, and it's like, well, no, I'm more credible because I don't use it.
And that's what's become very misleading in the paranormal field, is because television shows, people don't realize that television shows are dependent on entertaining the audience. And as most of us know, ghost hunting can be extremely boring. All right. We can spend hours upon hours in a place and nothing will happen.
Like fishing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what.
And when these production companies are spending millions of dollars to film these locations, they're dependent on having something exciting to happen. And that's where people don't realize that. And so editing becomes a big part of the storytelling, and having devices that become very suggestive become very dependent, because if nothing's happening, let's bring out the ghost box, because at least they can get something out of that to tell some sort of story. And
how long did it take you to your DVD that you brought out, the documentary itself, not the making of the equipment, but the filming of the documentary? How long did that take you? Let's say that first one you did at the prison, before anything happened, because what happened was quite extreme. We know that there was reports of people being attacked in there. Did you go back over a period of time to get what you got? Or
Parasense, the documentary, is basically our origin story.
Right.
It's 6 years of research, and we couldn't even cram 6 years worth of research into that. We have so much data to get out there. So that's about 6 years of research put into 90 minutes of a documentary. But when it comes to, like, if you're just talking about how much time do we put into the prison itself? We spent, I believe, 3 days at the prison.
Wow.
But that was just for the filming of the documentary. There's also, when I was first there, I was just doing some experiments, and I spent one night at the prison. We had the prison to ourselves for one night. And that's when we had captured the scene where Nick sees something and freaks out and runs out of the prison.
Yeah.
So that's what basically made me want to go back and film for the documentary. And then we had the 3 days. But one of the things that I feel, again, we were right place, right time, lots of activity. And I also feel that some of that might be due to the fact that we were also there during an electrical storm.
Right. Okay.
So that, if we go to theories, that could be one of the reasons why we had so much activity, is because there was a lot of, static electricity in the air.
Right. Yeah. It's good theory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right, guys, I'm going to go. I need to phone work back up, and I'll speak to you soon, all right?
Take it easy, Jay. See you
Love
soon,
you all.
brother. Take it
Love
easy.
you.
Bye now. Bye.
Bye.
Take it easy.
Eric, do you have any more questions for Ross? Now you've got the man here himself.
Not really. I'm just really hoping that stuff comes out soon that, we can use. I mean, I'm more technologically, able to figure stuff out than most people are. So, I mean, even if you need investors or whatever,
Well, a lot of it is people need to realize that there is no such device that tells you that you have a ghost in your home or in your presence. Nothing like that exists. To develop a tool like that, we have to know what a ghost is made of and how they communicate with us. And we still don't know that. It's still a mystery out there. So as Dan was saying, we're using devices that were made for something else just to help us have some sort of understanding of what happens in the environment around us. That's the best we can do.
Yeah.
Because right now, as I said too, we're dependent on suggested devices, but if we are going for data collecting, the best we can do is just take these devices that read the environment and let us know that there are changes in the environment we can't explain. Why is this happening? So that's what Spectre is made of. Just taking a lot of devices that I was using for over 20 years, stuff that has never been put out there in the paranormal field, and just helping us to, data collect what is happening in and around us. And so for the first time, with the Spectre system, we are able to track the phenomena, something that no one's ever tried to do.
Yeah.
And that's surprising too, because we're going on 20 years of all these television shows with millions of dollars going into these shows.
Nothing. Teaching nothing.
They're doing nothing for helping the community. All they're doing is just muddying up the waters because, again, they're focused on the entertainment value rather than the research that is available to us.
Yeah, Ross, I've got a big favour to ask of you. Because it is time for the Jar of Doom.
Oh, yes.
So the Jar of Doom, we have our Jar of Doom. There it is there. And in it, we have subjects that we will
the souls
talk about.
of virgins?
Yeah.
I thought that was my job was to guess what's in the Jar of Doom.
So, right, Ross, just tell me when to stop.
No, I want your whole hand in there.
I can't get it in.
Grease up.
All right, go ahead. Pull.
Right, I've got two.
Uh-oh.
Number 1 or number 2? Number 1 or number 2?
Number 1.
Ooh, number 1.
So this is what we're going to be talking about next week, and we can blame Ross if we don't like it.
Uh-oh.
When things go wrong in investigations.
That's a variety of things that can happen.
It's Dan and his blow up doll with the cat balls.
Yeah, blow up doll with the REM pod in it. Cat balls for cheeks.
But one thing I was going to mention is also, as we've talked about some of the equipment, is people need to understand that a lot of the devices that we are dependent on for ghost hunting are not fast enough and not sensitive enough to pick up what we are really looking for.
Yeah, that is true.
So what should we use? Like something that reads an environment, like what are we looking for in general that, we can use for equipment, like a multimeter that reads the environment, static electricity, shadows.
Well, again, we need it all. We need to be able to read every little detail of the environment because we don't know what we're looking for. We want to assume it's EMF, but there are times when phenomena will happen and nothing registers on EMF.
Yep.
We've all experienced that.
Yeah.
We've been in situations where we're dependent on certain devices that we have at hand, and some things will happen that we believe is truly paranormal, but the equipment doesn't always register it. Now, did it not register it because it wasn't fast enough or sensitive enough? Very possible. So we need all the information that we can collect about the environment.
Yeah.
And then when things do happen that we personally believe was a paranormal event, then we can go back and look at that data and say, what actually happened in the room at that time? That's the important information that we need. That is the starting point of having us better understand the paranormal field. So
Dan, that's true. Because with that thing that we witnessed, the 4 of them, and you saw 3, how quickly did they move? So what Ross is saying is just spot on point.
Well, thinking about what Ross was saying, I've been touched a few times on investigations. And the thing is, I remember one time, definitely remember it, and remember thinking, well, that's odd. I asked to be stroked on the leg because I was wearing shorts. And I got stroked on the leg. I could feel the fingers. I could even feel the fingers. It was that weird. It was that odd. It was like, how can I feel these fingers? How can I feel these nails? But the thing I noticed was the K2 meter didn't go off. Mm-hmm. So it brings into contention. Well, is it not working?
And that's a prime example. People are dependent on the K2 meters because they see them on the ghost hunting shows.
Yeah.
The K2 meters are crappy EMF detectors.
They are.
They're just very simple EMF detectors that people are paying, $50, $60 or more for, which are being ripped off of. Yeah. The reason why K2 meters are so popular in ghost hunting shows is because it gives that light function.
Yeah.
So the cameras can see a reading from a distance.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why K2 meters are popular in ghost hunting shows, because it allows the camera to see what the investigator is experiencing or seeing. Yeah. The cameras can't see a device that has a digital screen.
No.
It has a much harder time to see it, especially from the distance.
Exactly.
And they're observing.
It creates evidence where there isn't any as well, doesn't it? Which is good for if you're running a TV program.
Oh, yeah. I found out on a bunch of ghost hunting shows that I've been on that they would use the cameras themselves to set off a lot of the devices.
Yeah.
Especially those K2 meters. That was a very popular thing for a lot of these ghost hunting shows to get some entertaining happening.
Definitely.
So to get back to Eric's question, what we need to do is we need to, even if we have to develop it ourselves, and that's what we ended up doing with Chad, is we need to get a hold of the most sensitive and the fastest devices available to us and get them out there and help us read every little detail about the environment that we can. Whether that's temperature, barometer, light, anything motion sensitive, all of that should be collected. And you have to make sure too that they're not interfering with each other.
Yeah. Yes, important.
Because sometimes that can give false readings as well.
Yeah.
It sounds stupid. This is going to sound stupid. Please forgive me. But I was thinking, the way that AI has been moving forward lately is taking leaps and bounds, isn't it? It's not just running. Is that going to give us access to any other ways of trying to communicate with spirit? Is there something in the AI that we'll be able to utilize at some point that can give us a definitive yes or no? Or
well, I think it could open some possible doors. Again, you're dealing with a situation. Let's use the SLS cameras, all right, as an example. That's technology, intelligent technology that was developed to identify if somebody was in the room and what motions they were making. Okay, that is how it's supposed to work. It's basically using a device that was built for the gaming industry that uses laser sensors that basically will identify that there's somebody standing in front of me and they're doing this. All right, that's what the whole program was all about. Well, then people started to use it for ghost hunting because, again, you're thinking outside the box. Well, if it's meant to see me making a motion, who's to say that there's something invisible that the camera can see that I can't, and it's doing the same motion? So they use that technology, that intelligent technology, to apply it to the paranormal field. Well, then you find a lot of mistakes because, again, this camera is only designed to pick up a person. So it's searching the environment for anything that can be identified as an individual. It's looking for something that looks like a head, shoulders, and arms. Anything, and that could be shadows. That could be the way the pillows are rearranged on the couch.
Yeah.
The way your jacket's hanging on the wall. So it could look at simple things like that and identify it as, oh, it looks like there's somebody standing there. It must be, a person.
Yeah.
But we see it as, oh my God, it's a ghost. That shouldn't be anybody over there.
Yeah.
And that happens a lot.
I saw it do it with a light switch once.
Yeah,
it picks up on the light switch.
People
screw either side and a bit in the middle, and it's like a nose and eyes, and it picks it up and it tracks it.
Right. Anything that looks human-like identifies as head, shoulders, arms, legs, anything like that. Just like we can look at clouds and see faces, it's doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
It's reading the environment and trying to find that likeness. All right, and so that's
creating its own pareidolia, you think?
Exactly, for the machine.
Yeah.
So that's where a lot of mistakes can be made using that device. Now, I'm not saying that every so often it may pick up something paranormal. I've seen some examples and I've experienced some examples with it, but I see it misused a lot because people are always using it, holding it in their hand and moving it around. And so it doesn't give it enough time to think and adjust to the environment.
Mm.
So when you're moving it around all the time, that's where it's being misused.
Yeah.
That's where it's so easy for the data to make mistakes. If you are going to use something like that, and I'm not discouraging people to just throw that device away. There are
set it on a tripod.
I think set it on a tripod. Leave it alone in the room. Let it adjust to the environment. Be aware that it can also pick up on shadows too. So if you're standing in infrared light, you're putting off a shadow.
Yeah.
Even though you're not seeing it, the camera can see it.
Yeah.
So those are some of the things that you have to educate yourself and understand how the technology works and how the technology can even make mistakes.
Yeah.
There
See? Get to know your equipment, guys.
Exactly.
That's what we've been saying.
Exactly.
Any more questions, Eric?
No, I don't have any more questions.
Can I just say, Ross, when Eric saw your documentary for the very first time, he was absolutely floored and kept asking us questions. Oh, we don't know. You need to ask Ross. Get him on one day. You can ask him.
Most of my questions with that was, do you need investors? But I don't want to say more than that on live. So
email me. Let's talk. I'm always wanting to extend and expand our connections in this field. Because I know I'm not the only one that takes this very serious and really wants to have a better understanding of what's happening out there. Are we the first to be making the right steps? Possibly. But if I can connect with other people like-minded like me, that we just want to take the field in the right direction, I'm all for it. Like I said, we want to get the technology out there. You're not dealing with somebody who has a huge ego it's all about me. I know this is bigger than me. This is
if anyone knows Elon Musk that wants to invest in this and to put some finances Ross's way, can you get him to get in touch with Ross directly? Because that's what we need is an Elon Musk type.
He's the sort of philanthropist that would, though, isn't he?
I know.
He's the sort of guy
we definitely, the money that's going into the paranormal field is going in the wrong direction. It's going into the entertainment aspect of the paranormal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's where we're missing so many opportunities. Because believe it or not, a lot of these people that are doing these shows don't believe in the paranormal.
No, they don't.
And I was surprised because I've been on a lot of these shows and I've talked to a lot of these people and directors and producers, and I'm just blown away. It's like, I really don't believe this crap.
Yeah.
But they see that there's a lot of people like us that do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they take advantage of that. So it's unfortunate that there are more people that are in it for the money and some people that are more into it for the fame and attention rather than the real research that we could be doing. Yeah. And I feel like we are so far behind in all this.
I agree.
Ross doesn't put the kit anywhere. It's already set up.
Oh, yeah, it's on a stand.
You need to watch the documentary, Terry. It'll blow your socks off. And then you'll end up naked.
What was that?
Yeah.
I can't wait for the next one to come out either.
No, and we are working on. We filmed the first half of it. We need to go out again and film the second half. What we're trying to do is, as I said, my whole purpose of doing this was, if I'm really a paranormal investigator or researcher, you have to publish your findings.
Yeah.
If you just keep it to yourself, and it was a hard thing for me. It really was, because it's so competitive out there in the paranormal field. You're finding so many people stealing your ideas.
Yep.
Yes.
And that's what I was afraid of. But you know what? As long as I can say I was the first, then I can prove that I've been doing this and I'm doing it all for the right reasons. And I guess if people are going to steal my ideas, there's nothing I can do about it.
Me and Dan are going to beat him up for you if you want, with Eric.
That's the trouble with intellectual property. You can't stop people from utilising it, can you, really?
You can't. But at least, I guess through history, people can say, hey, wait, Ross was the guy that actually did that first. Ross and Chad did this, with the Spectre system. And, I guess that's our marker in history, just saying that, we were the ones out there really putting this out forward for folks. And again, if it gets us more data, then I guess I've done my job. I played my part in this field.
Yeah. Can I just say about Chad? I want a big shout out to that man, because if you watch the documentary, you'll see that as a scientist, he wants to know what these other people are experiencing. So he himself gets in the chair naked and has that experience, because as a scientist, he wants to know what these other people are getting, so he can then, I don't know, do what he does scientifically. That
helps you to try and fine-tune what you're trying to capture. So
I really admire him for putting his neck on the line as well.
I do. Yeah.
I wouldn't do that, people are like, it's pseudo stuff, Well, he's gone out there and he's gone, okay.
Well, we're trying to do it for the right reasons. We're not trying to say, yes, ghosts exist and here's all the proof. All we're trying to do is just throw the data out there for folks to say, here it is. Yeah. What is it? We're not sure. But we're experiencing these types of patterns when people are being touched. So there's something there.
Something's going on.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
that's the first steps. Those are the correct steps you need to follow when you're trying to validate these encounters.
Definitely. Yeah. Definitely.
Carl Hutchinson has joined us. Hi, Carl.
Hi, Carl. How you doing? Well, buddy?
Right, so you're coming back to the UK, where you're going to spend a bit of time with me and Dan, and we hopefully we'll have some plans for you that we can pull them off. Hopefully, one of them pretty big. So watch this space. We'll have a chat off
definitely.
air. And will you be going to Scotland as well while you're here?
Yes, I'm trying to squeeze that in. I would love to try and get out there, see my friends out there, and maybe do some more investigating. They always take me to some amazing places, just as you guys do too.
We love Mark. He's been in this field for a long time.
He's a really nice guy, isn't he? Yeah, he's really nice.
Never met him, and I haven't chatted to him recently, but from years, he's been there. God, donkey's years. He's going to hate me for saying that.
He's a nice fella as well, and he's outgoing and friendly.
Oh yeah. So they've always gone out of their way to show me a really good time when I come out to Scotland. So I look forward to hopefully seeing them. But I do know you guys are struggling too, just as much as we are.
And we found. Listen, I've cleared the spare bedroom for you. Got your bedroom back. You're going to have to fight with Dan for
no, you can have it. I'll have the sofa. I know my place.
No, I would look forward to seeing some really, hopefully checking out some really good haunts. Maybe we can do some investigating. I'd love to do something at the jail again. That would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, we got a few bits, haven't we? We're thinking of sorting.
I need to speak to Richard actually. There's a conversation to be had with him, so I need to get that sorted out.
I've tried reaching out to him too, but he never responds back. So I don't know if he's just not seeing my.
He's awful for that.
He's terrible. He's old.
He's awful. He's old. Yeah. Oh, here's one for you, Ross. Quick one. Sorry.
No problem.
Lauren wants to know, have you investigated in Northern Virginia?
I have been to every state So yes, especially with my lectures, I lecture at a lot of colleges and universities, so that takes me all over the U.S., especially during the Halloween season. So yes, I've done some investigations out there as to which one. Oh God, it's hard to remember them all. I'd have to go back over my notes of some of the places that I've been to in Virginia.
You're all over the place, though, Ross.
He is.
1 week you're here, next minute you're there.
Oh,
You're
I'll
living
tell you what, I got right peed off of him last year. He was in bloody Hawaii.
I know.
It's freezing here. He's in Hawaii. Pictures of his feet with the drink.
Yeah, with his ice cream. With his floating ice cream. It's like, look what I've got, guys.
You know, it's been very fortunate throughout my career to have the opportunities to travel all over the world. And meeting amazing people like you guys, and having the opportunity to share. And
it's not me, but he's on about.
Listen, it's me.
Dan, for her, you know, come on.
Dan, let me tell you, it's me he kisses when he sees.
I know.
And he calls me sexy, so just you getting back in your box.
All people say to me is, was that telly you owe me?
Then she wakes up.
Then she wakes up. Right.
Well, I got to say, before we go, Dan, look, I want a big shout out to June as well, because June.
Ah, June, yes, June. She was having a whale time.
In Ross's absence, when I was over in Oregon doing the Oregon Ghost Conference, June actually looked after me and had a great laugh with June. She's such a lovely woman. And it's a shame that you can't bring... Can you bring her with you?
Doing Ireland pretty much wiped her out.
She didn't want to leave, though. Did she go back home?
I wish. She is my rock. So I try to give her every opportunity she can take advantage of to travel with me and see as much as she can.
The door is always open here, and she can always stay here. It's not a problem. She can come without you.
I have told her, and she is very jealous. She would love to join me on this next trip, but again, you know, it's just, unfortunately, a lot of people have 9-to-5 jobs.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So they don't always have the opportunity to just get away on a whim. You know, I'm my own boss, so I can, you know, take advantage of these opportunities.
Can we come and work for you?
Yeah.
I'll be your assistant.
That'd be good. I've never been sacked in America.
No, I haven't either.
You know, you guys are always welcome out here.
We'll have to move to Seattle, though. It's quite expensive out there. So
it
is. We could look after the squatching side of things and just live out in the woods.
Is that the new show we're going to do? We're going to get you naked in the woods, and you can
offer
yourself to the squatch.
Yeah, apparently they're supposed to be able to cloak. So how do you know that they're not touching you?
Oh, that's true. Yeah. That's true.
I've just planted a seed.
There's another program there.
Dan running naked in the woods.
What?
Eric, do you want to run naked in the woods?
Sure, I'll run naked in the woods.
Eric will do it. It's terrible.
I'll do anything once.
It is the name of the show.
Oh, that was
naked in
Eric's got a squat in the woods.
I'm surprised they haven't done an episode of Naked and Afraid doing that.
In the woods, out there.
In the woods, looking for a Sasquatch.
Listen, when we come to Seattle, seriously, you are coming with us in the woods because we don't trust anybody else.
No.
We're not getting naked, though. We're just going in the woods.
Well, then I'm not going.
Yeah. You are. You are.
No, I'd be open to it. In fact, you know, speaking of the woods, when I was in Japan, I really wanted to go check out the haunted forest.
Yeah.
But it was a situation where it's like, there's no public outlet to get there. So you had to either hire a car to take you there. And I was like, I'm not going there by myself and get abandoned in the woods.
Yeah.
Was that the suicide woods, is it? Or was that
yes.
Yeah, that looks particularly sorrowful, that place, isn't it?
Yeah. So we didn't get to, what was the second option that you pulled out of the jar? Or do we not get to see that?
We didn't get to see that, did we?
Don't get to see that. That's just the one we're doing.
So we don't get to choose A or B?
No.
Okay.
We get
It's
what
your
we give.
fault. That's your fault. It's your fault, Ross. We're doing this one.
I was hoping it would be the one that says how to do a proper virgin sacrifice.
You got to find a virgin first.
Find one round our way.
That could be part of the subject on the show. How do you find a virgin first? How do you lure them into the sacrificial circle? And then, how do you do it properly?
You could get 10 seats without looking for a virgin round here.
We'd have to build a detector that detects virgins.
Eric can get
believe them.
Eric can
There we go. That's our new device. We can make it an app on people's cell phones. Is this a virgin?
It's a virgin.
Do it in your voice, though, Ross.
Maybe it'll actually play Madonna's "Like a Virgin" whenever you get close to her.
Oh, that'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but she'd want to cut though. You can't. No, you can't.
No, that's true. That's true.
She hasn't got enough money.
We'll do you singing it.
Dan can sing well.
Sing. I people tell her hum.
Where did we take this show? Oh my God! I'm sorry.
I know we go down so many rabbit holes. That's just what
we do.
But we have come to the end, sadly.
Yes, we have.
So, guys, don't go anywhere for a second. In the show hosts, that is. But thank you for everyone in the chat that has tuned in.
Sarah.
Thank you for watching. Without this show, without you in the chat, we couldn't do these shows.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
But we are back tomorrow night on Simply Spooky Network, Nan and I, for this spooky show. And on Thursday, you have To the Grave and Back Again with Lois and her team, and Frighteners on Friday night at the usual time. And I think Annette's back on Sunday with Shadows and Lights. So if you can join us then, please do. And don't forget, here on Things Network, there are many shows that you can tune into. Please click on some of the shows, give them some support and love, because there are some interesting people out there doing some interesting things, as we proved tonight with Ross.
Mm-hmm.
So all that's left to say is good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody. Thanks ever so much for joining us tonight, and we'll see you hopefully tomorrow or next week.
All right.